It's an exciting Sunday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. We've got the Atlanta Hawks and the Sacramento Kings. A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Bird is out there with Robinson. And then there's Antetokounmpo. Then it's Anthony. And it's Pettit in at the small forward position. Bird with the bucket.
Larry Bird.
Nice effort taking the early lead. Here we go.
Take a nice deep breath. You score on that first possession. Gets the game started the right way.
Now here's George. Anthony with the block.
He works so hard on the defensive end. Anthony proving to be a difference maker. And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Now Anthony. Paul George missing from long range. And so Antetokounmpo looking over it. To the middle. George with the steal. Pass to Noah. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
And how about that quiet confidence with which Noah plays? A long, skilled defender who also chips in occasionally on the offensive end.
Bird against Noah. And it's Bird missing. Artest against Robinson. Artest the pass to Noah. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
Doesn't matter who's on Noah. When he has this kind of space to operate, he's pretty decent from there.
Antetokounmpo against Arenas. Anthony kicks to Giannis. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Five on the clock. Beyond the arc. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Well, the defense now better pay attention. If Giannis is hitting threes, those pickup points have to become higher.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Pass to Noah. 1:53 left to play in the first quarter. Nice move. Arenas can't hit.
Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
Deep 2 from Anthony. It's rebounded by Noah. And here now the Kings, trailing by 2. Artest the pass to George. Pass to Noah. Arenas with it. Back to Noah. Fades and shoots. Can't get it to fall, and he's missed the second after making his first. And it's the Hawks' ball. Lobs it up for Anthony. Rejected by Arenas, and they're able to recover. Pass to Pettit. Fires the three. Sacramento grabs the miss. There's 49 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Noah with it. Now George unloads. Chandler dishes to Arenas. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
Hawks ball.
The Hawks leading. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. George against Bird. Lets it go with the three. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Noah's got 4 rebounds in this game. Arenas kicks to Chandler. George looking over the floor. Over Bird. And that one's good. George. And that ties it up.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
And so a tie game here as we end this. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And when you consider how the Kings are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
George is out there with Arenas. Then there's Noah. Then it's Chandler. And it's Artest in at the 3 slot. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Kings. Now, here is George. That's in, coming off an assist from Arenas. George has got the lead up to 1 now for the Kings.
And George's guys encourage him to just fire away. They know he's lethal from there.
Anthony up on top, covered by Artest. Back to Anthony. Robinson a screen on Artest. 4 on the clock. And it's Robinson with the jam.
Melo getting to the pick and roll game that time. Tremendous at feeding the screener if there's enough room to get it there.
George against Bird. Here's Chandler. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but through contact, he'll head to the line. That's on David Robinson.
All stops the dunk there. The best outcome in a bad situation.
This is his first free throw of the game. And the first one drops.
Yeah, and Chandler a difference maker defensively. The shot blocking, the controlling of the lane. He also gobbles up those rebounds.
And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. They trail by 1. And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Robinson on the wing. He's guarded by Chandler. Anthony, the pass to Antetokounmpo. Robinson sets a screen for Giannis. 6 to shoot. And it's Robinson with the jam.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
Now, here's Noah. And George kicks it over to Arenas. Noah with a screen on Giannis. And there's Noah. And the assist by Arenas. Noah's got 5.
And Noah understands his role so well. Sets a nice screen and able to find some space for his man in the finish.
2 minutes remaining in the
Here's
first.
Bird.
2 minutes.
No good there off the double clutch. Artest the pass to Arenas. Now here's Noah. Guarded closely. The three from George. Sinks the three-pointer. George has got a couple of three-pointers in the second for Sacramento.
Really no spot on the floor where George can't hurt you with a versatile scorer.
Giannis against Arenas. Giannis dishes to Anthony. Poke loose. And now Sacramento on the break. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. Bird, the pass to Antetokounmpo. The Hawks working the ball around. Deep two from Anthony. Jump shot is good that time. Anthony's got his second bucket tonight. The Kings leading. 54 seconds left now here in the second. George passes to Noah. Pass to Arenas. The three. And it's Bird with the rebound.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss. That kind of energy not wasted.
Now here's Anthony. Here's Bird. Shoots the three. And it's sent back by George.
Known as a tough defender, George so good at reading shooters and getting to those shot attempts.
Anthony's shot is off. Outside, George. Pass to Arenas. And here is Noah. Takes the three. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. It's Sacramento up 2. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter.
Attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shots. Drums! They're measuring up the shots.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. Without question, George displaying his skills today.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
And so in the game for the Hawks, they've got Bird. Antetokounmpo is out there with Anthony. Then it's Robinson, and it's Pettit in at the 3 spot.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
Now, here is George. He's got 8. Shot clock at 5. Rebounded by the Hawks. Anthony looking it over. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Anthony with it. Bird outside. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Giannis passes to Pettit. Now Anthony lets it fly. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. And it's 6 points for Carmelo Anthony.
Can't allow that much separation. Even as the pass is coming his way, try and crowd Carmelo as best you can.
Now here's George. Wide open. It's good, and Arenas with the assist. Arenas has got 4 assists now tonight.
And you can tell Arenas just has that ability as a distributor. He can pick out the ready shooter and get them the rock.
Antetokounmpo against Arenas. Antetokounmpo setting the pick for Anthony. Over our test. Anthony can't hit. Kings leading now by 4. Down low. Chandler down low. Robinson on him. Chandler kicks to Artest. Noah with a screen on him. This one for three. Noah's shot is off.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Out to the wing. Here's Pettit. Hands the shot from the wing.
Well, he is consistent on that mid-range jumper. Pettit's a well-rounded player. He can get his points from anywhere on the floor.
Now here's Arenas. Still yet to score. Noah dishes to Artest. Back to Noah. Pass to George. Artest against Anthony. Top of the key. And there's the call on Chandler. That is his first foul of the game.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
The Hawks trail by 4. Third quarter action and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Here's Anthony. Sacramento grabs the miss. Chandler's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Now George. 10 points for him. Chandler with the screen on Bird. Shot from the low block. No good from Arenas. And we've reached the end of the third. Kings lead by 4 and will return shortly. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Great hands, great vision. That makes great things happen for your offense.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. They've got Artest. Chandler out there at Noah. Then it's Gilbert Arenas. And it's George in at the shooting guard. That's the 5 out there for the Kings.
This is just what Bird does. He makes shooting from range look easy.
Antetokounmpo against Arenas. And there's the call on Giannis Antetokounmpo. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
To the paint, stolen by Robinson.
A little head scratcher there, guys. There's no reason to force the ball inside like that. I understand the thought process, but the pass just has to be better.
The Kings leading. And here's George. Outside Arenas. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That's on David Robinson. Free throw good, Arenas.
At the line for 2, Gilbert Arenas.
And so he hits both. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Antetokounmpo against Arenas. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Artest. Spins. Pass to George. Outside Arenas. Pulls up on the elbow. Carmelo Anthony grabs the board. Anthony's got his 4th rebound in this one. Giannis with it. He's covered by Arenas. Here's Bird. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And great intensity here down the stretch. He's not one to shrink in the moment.
Take a look at him. Locked in right now in this moment. Wants the ball in his hands and feels real comfortable with the shot he's taking.
The Hawks trailing.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Antetokounmpo passes to Pettit. Noah with the block.
Something Noah is phenomenal at doing. Leaving the floor quickly enough to get the block.
And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin. Well, during the last break, I heard Quinn Snyder talking with his team. You know, he had some pros and cons. He said, I like our play inside. But what's happening at the arc, fellas? We got to start making some shots. He needs more production from the outside. Guys?
Thanks, David.
Huge turnover at really the worst possible time. You have to value every possession, especially at this stage of the game.
And that's a block right there. He swats that ball away with some energy.
Yeah, quick thinking pays off big. What a block.
Here's Arenas. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Giannis with it. George picks him up. Antetokounmpo against George. Giannis passes to Pettit, and he dunks it down.
Giannis showing off some of that team-first mentality by finding an open teammate.
The Kings trailing. Arenas with it. Outside, George. Pass to Noah. Noah with a screen on Bird. 4 on the shot clock. It's stolen by Anthony. Here we go, one-on-one. And it's Anthony slamming it down.
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
58 seconds left in the game. Antetokounmpo against Arenas. That shot is off. Giannis with some nice D. And so Bird will bring it up for the Hawks. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
And here's Arenas outside, rebounded by Anthony.
Not a way to get out of a funk. He needs to be looking for good, solid, more efficient shots. Not the wild one he took there.
Timeout, Sacramento. What do you think we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
And if you can get a 3, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick 2 and a foul.
Don't force something up. You got to be smart here.
23 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Arenas adds a 2-pointer. Got it! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
Oh, he is just so clutch, saving his best for when the pressure is at its highest.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And they go to the intentional foul.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2. Second one is good. And both at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
That last one was a difference maker. It pushed it from a 2-point lead to 3.
15 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Knocks down the trifecta.
Yeah, Paul George sharpening his swords now. Love to see him take that shot.
And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. Giannis against Arenas. Now here's Antetokounmpo. Here's Pettit. Oh, he got it to go!
Down it goes at the buzzer.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. Brian Anderson here. With me tonight are analysts Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill, and our reporter, Allie LaForce. We'll see the Golden State Warriors and the Miami Heat. All right, checking out Golden State's opening lineup. We've got Davis. He's out there with Dwight Howard. Jaylen Brown is out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Hill in at the point guard position. Pass to West. Takes a three. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
Yeah, and the defense really respects his shooting ability, and they showed it with that tight coverage.
Outside, Brown. Back to Hill. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in.
Not just being selfless, but also smart with the ball. Brown is able to find the best guy for the right shot.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Miami's head coach. Their team's biggest concern tonight, the scoring of Jaylen Brown. Coach commenting, quote, Brown has become an elite scorer in this league. Jaylen can have huge nights. We know he's going to score, but we have to limit his easy looks, especially early. Something to watch, B.A.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. Here's Brown. Miami making their last shot. Shot clock at 6. Inside. Here's Howard. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Here's Olajuwon. Pass to Durant. Rebound collected by Anthony Davis. And here are the Warriors now. Here's Hill. Outside Davis. Leonard outside. Off target from three-point range.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
A minute 53 left in the first quarter. Outside Durant. Fires from deep. The long-distance three is buried.
That range, though, for a near 7-footer, KD is so unique.
Hill the pass to Davis. No one near him. It's hauled in by Thurman.
If he gets that look again, he should take it. You can't let one miss scare you off of a very good shot.
There's a screen. An open look for Durant. Warriors with the rebound. Outside Davis. The floater. And he's missed his first 2 shots of the game. The Heat with the lead. And 1:01 left to play in the first. Here's Olajuwon, guarded by Howard. Durant, the wide open shot is on the money. Durant's got 5 now.
Slick shot by Durant. Gets the pass and is in his motion a second later.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
Failing to find a rhythm offensively. Something that needs to change and change soon.
And coach called his timeout to try and reset things on offense. Shake them up a bit so they can hopefully start getting some shots to fall.
On the court is your high squad. I want to see you get loud. Here comes the T-shirt.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in this first quarter. Brown, no good. Heat leading by 3. On the wing, Durant. Leonard defending. And there's another one for the Heat.
It just looks too easy. Durant with the skill and height to get anything he wants from the mid-range.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Here's Hill. Pass to Howard. And he gets the bucket.
Smart decision to kick it out to another guy once the defense is fixated on him in the paint.
Durant looking around. It's stolen by Howard. Leonard way outside. The shot that time not on target. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Miami out in front. They're up by 3. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And guys, what's your take on Miami so far?
It's simple. The main takeaway from the first quarter is they're winning this game with defense.
Making it as difficult as possible for the offense to find clean looks. Great stuff.
Miami leading by 3. They've got Kevin Durant, and it's Olajuwon in at the center, locking down the middle. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Here's Worthy. Check by Hill. Just 5 to shoot. Durant, pass to Thurman. Davis with the defensive effort.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Pass to Hill. Shot on the wing. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. Brown's got 3 assists tonight.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
Here's Thurman. Check by Davis. Thurman passes to Olajuwon. Here's Worthy. From deep three-point land. Kept alive. Olajuwon. Goes up again. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. It's going to be on Anthony Davis.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
The first one falls. Both shots good from the strike. Here in the second quarter, a little over a minute of play. Durant against Hill. Leonard outside. Pass to Davis. Outside, Brown. Howard, the screen. Brown passes to Howard. And it's Howard finishing it off.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him. With the score this tight, you cannot take a chance here. Here's Olajuwon. And it's blocked by Davis.
A big block from the big fella Anthony Davis, putting every inch of...
Okay, knockout!
Man! Wow. Come on, Jalen, that's just ridiculous.
A minute 58 left in the first half. Time called here. Miami decides to talk it over.
And something fans don't always get to see. Some of the closely guarded secrets that happen in that huddle.
And we see it so often. One little tweak to the game plan and everything falls into place for a team.
We've got 1:55 left to play in the second quarter. Here's West, guarded by Howard. Pass to Olajuwon. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. And here is Hill. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. All right, a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Warriors.
The ball movement has been outstanding so far. They've come out of the gate looking for that extra pass.
You know, another thing that has impressed me has been their numbers of points in the paint, just dominating down there. They're just getting whatever shot they want in close.
Here's Thurman. No points yet. There's a minute 17 left to play in the first half. Just 4 to shoot. Well, there's the shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And we have to take another look at that block.
Oh, my, and that was textbook defense, positioning himself well to send it back.
The Warriors lead by 3. And they're dialed in offensively.
Sure are. Staying in attack mode and at the same time playing under control. Hill
finds Leonard. 6 on the shot clock. And again, no good by Golden State.
And he's very confident from that range, but you can't make him all.
Brown with the steal. JB off the bounce. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
First personal foul.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
At the line for the Warriors, Jaylen Brown. 1.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Free throw good. Brown.
What makes Brown special is his blend of smarts and effort level. Not just an intelligent player, he also gives you a phenomenal amount of energy out there.
Here's Thurman. He's scoreless. Pass to Durant. Clock at 6. Can they get it? Oh, rejected by Howard. Hill with it. 6 points for him. Leonard for 3. And that 3 is knocked down by Kawhi.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors with a 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. Defense is setting the tone. More 2K action in just a moment. And we've got third quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. Heat trail by 9. And so in the game for the Warriors, Anthony Davis is out there with Dwight Howard. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Jaylen Brown. And it's Hill in at the point. Here's Olajuwon, guarded by Howard. Offensive rebound. The shot's good.
How about the level of activity this team just brings to the glass? Just refusing to give up on plays, and his teammates, trust me, they appreciate the effort.
And it's Howard finishing it off.
Woo! I just love that alley-oop slam, B.A.
Defense disorganized, defense pays. Worthy passes to Olajuwon. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
First personal foul.
Dwight Howard picks one up. Miami shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Hakeem Olajuwon.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. He's off on the second. And here's Davis. He'll bring it up for Golden State. Pass to Brown. Now here's Hill. Back to Brown. Takes the 3. And Durant with the block.
And for all the attention his offense gets, never question Durant's ability at the defensive end.
The Warriors lead by 8. Brown finds Hill. And here's Davis. Now Howard. Give him 8. Soft touch off the glass. Howard's gotten 4 this quarter.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
Time called here. The Heat decide to talk it over.
That was your Heat Breaker Dance Crew. Give them a round of applause.
Here's West. Pass to Thurman. Here's Worthy. Check by Hill. Shot clock at 5. Here's Thurman. That shot missing. Excellent D there from Davis. And it's the Warriors with the ball. 10-point lead. This is their biggest of the game. Leonard passes to Howard.
Kevin Durant. First personal foul.
These are his first free throws of the game.
Shooting for Golden State, Dwight Howard. 2.
The first free throw is good. And so Howard nails them both. Here's West. Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. Pass to Thurman. Here's Worthy. Here's West. Defended by Brown. Just 5 on the clock. The Heat need to get one up in a hurry. And that one good.
Used the pick to perfection and got all the way to the rim.
The Warriors lead by 10. Now here's Hill. He has 6. Fires the 3. And there's Brown. That one's good. On the assist by Hill. Brown's got 8 points.
A consistent shot for him. Brown likes the 3.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
West misses.
Look, the defense was locked in on him there. They know how dangerous he can be, and they guarded him perfectly.
Brown passes to Hill. Back to Brown. Again, the Warriors score.
Gotta love the confidence. Brown wasting no time firing away.
Heat trail by 15. Here's West. And we've got 28 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Durant. Howard grabs the miss. And the Warriors with possession. They're on an 11-3 run. And finished off by Davis.
Look, you always want to see your big man run the floor. There is no questioning Davis's effort on these plays.
To the middle. Here's Olajuwon. And he jams it home with authority.
Nice feed inside. Saw the play develop and hit him right when he needed to.
Fires from way outside. No good that time. And so it's the Golden State Warriors up 15 points as this quarter concludes. They're communicating well and stringing together stop. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dime. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
A lot of times a spectacular pass is more impressive than a spectacular shot. This is one of those times.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. They've got Kevin Durant, and it's Olajuwon in at the 5. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Here's Howard. It's hauled in by Thurman. Heat trail by 15. Pass to West. Here's Worthy. Durant for 3. KD splashes the triple.
The range KD possesses makes him a constant threat outside. The defense has to be all over him.
Hill finds Leonard. The floater. It's hauled in by the Heat. We've played just over a minute here in the fourth. Here's Worthy. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. And taking a quick gander here at the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Great heads-up defensive play tonight, creating offensive opportunities for themselves by forcing deflections.
And let's talk about their blocks. When you're facing a team swatting shots, it becomes a mental situation as well. Makes you think twice before you fire.
So it's Miami now. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong. No baskets allowed. To the right side. Pass to West. Oh, there's the alley. Up high and down it goes on the lob.
Oh, great teamwork right there.
Hey, you got to love the finish. Bringing it down with some attitude. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. Here's Leonard. Aggressive move by Kawhi. Right to the rim.
Some serious intensity from Leonard. Driving in with a purpose and slamming it down.
To the paint. Here's Olajuwon. That shot off. Howard with some nice D. Brown passes to Leonard. 1:41 left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. Rebound Miami. Worthy's got 4 rebounds now. Here's West, defended by Brown. And it's blocked by Davis. And here is Hill. Outside, Brown. No good on the triple. And so Durant will bring it up for Miami. Trailing by 10. Here's West. Check by Davis. To the inside. Here's Olajuwon. Over Leonard. From the left block, he sends it through.
Are you serious? What a sweet move. Broke his ankles on that one.
Don't do anything silly. Just ride out the clock.
Yes, if they take their time and execute, the game is all theirs.
Hill the pass to Brown. Davis a screen. The 3 is up. Brown can't hit. 32 seconds left to play in the fourth. Pass to Thurman. Here's Worthy. Leonard defending. Here's West. Good setup. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. And that's an intentional foul.
James Worthy. Second personal foul. First team foul.
There's 21 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Second team foul. At the line.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to go. And he does get the second one. And that makes it a 7-point lead. Now a timeout called by Miami. 20 seconds left in the game. Guys, what do you think?
Trying to extend this one, but it seems futile.
With timeouts, it's use them or lose them. So why not go down fighting?
20 seconds left in the final quarter. And he sinks it. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5. Here's Hill. And so they foul intentionally.
Kevin Durant. Second personal foul. Third team foul.
First free throw is good. And that increases the lead to 6.
2.
And so he drops them both. And it's a 7-point game.
Taking full advantage of his opportunities at the line to extend their lead.
Timeout called, the Heat. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, your thoughts?
And time's running short. They just couldn't get over that hump.
And I'm sure coach is encouraging them to play to the final whistle. Then they can get out of here.
Durant for 3. And so the Warriors take the win. Just a gutsy performance on the road.
It really was.
Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. It's the Portland Trail Blazers and the Orlando Magic. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. They've got Sabonis, Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Anthony Edwards. And it's Smith, and it's Gilmore, and at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So the Orlando Magic able to put the first points up on the board. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. 5 to shoot. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
Now here's Paul. Pass to Cooper. Paul left side. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Plenty of space. And it's Shaq with the rebound.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Inside. Malone misses.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Butler. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I did speak earlier with the Magic's head coach. He said SGA has this special ability to lull a defender into a slower pace and then suddenly make a quick move that leaves everybody just standing there. Coach feels the attention has to be on him. He wants to force somebody else to beat them. Guys?
Okay, David, thanks.
And this guy just does everything. Scores, passes, good rebounder, just an all-around terrific basketball player.
And the second free throw, good. Paul with the ball. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. From past the arc, knocks down the three ball. Paul's got his second basket of the night.
Paul's got such a fluid shooting motion. From the moment he lets it go, everything about it smooth.
Pass to Edwards. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Hits the jumper in space. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 points so far.
This is why SGA is a focal point of his offense, because of that ability to score.
Paul passes to Malone. To the inside. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Orlando shooting their first free throws of the game.
First team foul. At the line for the Magic, Shaquille O'Neal, taking 2 shots.
That free throw missing.
He's over 7 feet tall and well north of 300 lbs. Shaq is a mountain of a man and as unique a big guy as we've had in the league in its history. But I think what makes him so special, he moves extremely well at that size.
Now, here's Sabonis. Pass to Gilmore. Just 4 to shoot. The shot's good from Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 7.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Here's O'Neal. Cooper with the bucket. Cooper's got his second basket of the game.
That is high-powered concentration right there. Cooper refusing to allow the defense to throw him off.
Pass to Edwards. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. It's hauled in by the Magic.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And Paul continues to trick so many players with the pump fake. I mean, once he gets you in the air, you're cooked.
For Orlando, they have not yet made a free throw in the game, 0 of 2 so far. And that one goes in, 2 from the line that time.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player, excellent at the free throw line.
Up top, Gilgeous-Alexander. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And that does it for the first quarter. Magic lead by 5. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And when you consider how the Magic are doing, what do you think?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, you know, I agree. No warm-up needed. They came in on fire and have already built a nice lead.
They've got Cooper. Malone is out there with Jimmy Butler. And it's Chris Paul. And it's Shaq in at the 5 down low. That's who's out there for Orlando.
Nice read by Edwards there, finding a wide-open teammate and sending the ball his way on target.
Paul passes to Malone. Baseline jumper. Bucket is good. Malone's got the lead up to 5 now for the Magic. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for Portland. Outside Edwards. Gilgeous-Alexander sets the screen for Edwards. And it's Malone with the rebound. Ball against Smith. Pass to Cooper. Back to Paul. With the teardrop. He's off on that one. Trailblazers trail by 5. Edwards looking it over. Here's the 3. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play.
Nice smooth three-point shot by Edwards there. Boy, he's got confidence from behind the arc.
Paul passes to Cooper. Back to Paul. From the arc. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. It's Edwards on the wing. Portland moving the ball around.
2 minutes.
Smith with a screen on Paul. Pass to Smith. 6 on the shot clock. And here's Edwards from the arc. Here's Orlando now. Paul outside. Butler passes to Malone. Inside. Here's Shaq. And that one is off. Smith with the defensive effort. Sabonis finds Gilgeous-Alexander. And here's Edwards. Pass to Sabonis. He nails it, and we're tied up. Sabonis has got his first 2 points of the night.
A super high percentage shot there. You just can't allow him to get that close.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic.
Every timeout, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
And I agree. I think there's going to be a new wrinkle in their game plan when they come out of this timeout.
Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. Paul passes to Cooper. Malone, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. To the middle. And slammed in by Malone.
He's so aggressive and confident inside. It's a real challenge trying to keep Malone out of the paint.
Ball against Gilgeous-Alexander. Down low. Stolen by O'Neal. Outside Butler. Ball against Gilgeous-Alexander. O'Neal passes to Cooper. Paul outside. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Over Paul. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
Oh, Wow, strong take by SGA. 6'6" with point guard skills. What a nightmare matchup he is.
Orlando trailing here. Paul looking over the floor. Lobbed up there for O'Neal. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down.
Well, I tell you what, that's the play we'll remember if they can put together a little surge to break this game open.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Magic out in front, leading by just 1. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander really making a difference here.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
On the court for the Trailblazers, they've got Smith. Anthony Edwards out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Gilmore in at the 5. Orlando leading. And here is Paul. Misses from close range. Cooper against Edwards. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 12. All sorts of time. It's rebounded by Malone. Cooper against Gilgeous-Alexander. It's tipped.
So hard to get a shot past Artis Gilmore because he's big, he's deep, and he's got those long arms. Nice block there.
O'Neal nails the baby hook. O'Neal's got the first basket of the second half here for the Magic.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Fast break. Here come the Magic. It's stolen by Edwards. On up the court. Gilmore, no good.
Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Love the intensity.
Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. O'Neal passes to Cooper. Malone outside. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Butler. Gilmore grabs the miss. Gilmore's got his 4th rebound in this one. Outside, Sabonis.
2 minutes.
Smith finds Gilgeous-Alexander. It's Edwards on the wing. Portland again missing.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Malone, the pass to Cooper. Here's Shaq. Takes it off the glass. O'Neal's got the lead up to 5 now for the Magic.
You know, even when you try to box out Shaq, he's still capable of grabbing the board. He's really just a hard, difficult matchup.
Pass to Edwards. Smith left side. Sabonis, the pass to Gilmore. Outside, Edwards. Edwards shooting fearlessly from the arc.
Well, Edwards looking almost automatic there. Didn't wait too long to put that shot up.
And the Magic with possession. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points. O'Neal looking around. Up again. And the dunk by O'Neal.
This is how dominant Shaq is inside, just powering it down whenever he sees the opportunity. I mean, he's all about brute force and finishing.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Pass to Gilmore. Oh, here's Edwards. Clock at 4. Over Cooper. Edwards with another miss. Magic leading by 4. Launches a 3. They get it again. Here's Malone. Another shot. Oh, and the dunk by Malone.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
Boy, and I used to love going up and jamming it down like that, guys.
And so now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, clearly he's the guy that stirs the drink for him, and that's how he does it, with his dynamite passing skills.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Cooper is out there with Chris Paul. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then there's Moses Malone. And it's O'Neal in at the center position. That's who's out there for Orlando.
And serious hustle from Smith in the paint there to track that one down for the finish.
O'Neal outside. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. That's in, coming off the assist from O'Neal.
It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
Outside Edwards. Stolen away. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Sabonis kicks to Edwards. O'Neal with the rebound. O'Neal's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. To the paint. And Shaq with the slam.
I tell you, he's playing the game with pure excitement right now.
He capped off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim.
Yeah, just couldn't contain himself. Couldn't control himself there.
Ball against Gilgeous-Alexander. Double team on Gilgeous-Alexander. Just 4 to shoot. Takes a 3. Portland again missing.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Butler finds Paul. To the inside. Sabonis with the steal. Smith for 3. Tries again. Up it goes, and the Magic lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Gilmore.
Yeah, and sometimes he comes off as maybe being laid back, but Gilmore is a fierce competitor in the post, and it comes out in his rebounding more than anywhere else.
Lobbed up there for Edwards. Sabonis kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Good, and it's Sabonis with the assist that time. And now it's just a 4-point Magic lead. And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for the Orlando Magic. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Malone passes to Cooper. Right side O'Neal. That's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will retain possession. Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. Now I send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, during the last break, I heard Orlando's coach talk to his team. He was preaching the importance of effort, saying he wanted to see second and third efforts each possession. We need to be the more active team down the stretch. Guys?
Thanks, David. And that kind of stifling effort on defense needs another look.
And guys, don't think twice about attempting that shot again. That was a big-time rejection.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. 3 on the clock. Here's Cooper.
Been fantastic at playing within himself on defense. Gilgeous-Alexander using his length well there to contest without foul.
Edwards passes to Gilmore. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Shaq.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Good on both.
And how big was that? He is just so reliable, so confident at the free throw line.
Paul against Smith. Money!
This is the red-hot version of Chris Paul right there.
55 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Our timeout called by Portland. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 44 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pocket 6. There's the triple. Good! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
And he just seems to always deliver in the clutch. And he's got it going right now. That's who they want taking the big shot.
Lobbed up there for O'Neal. Gilmore grabs the miss.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and time, you have to be close to perfect.
When they foul intentionally, they're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Second team foul.
So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, those free throws make things a little more simpler right now. They just have to guard against the three-pointer.
Seconds left to play here in the fourth. Smith for 3. Here's Sabonis. Can't knock in the 3. And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
Third personal foul. Third team foul.
Gets the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. And so the big win by Orlando in a tight game. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.
And that about wraps it up for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Thanks for spending Sunday evening with us. And this is Brian Anderson, along with Grant Hill and Brent Barry. Allie LaForce, our reporter tonight. We've got the Atlanta Hawks and the Chicago Bulls. Let's take a look at our starters for Atlanta. Carmelo Anthony out there with Giannis Antetokounmpo. And it's Pettit in at small forward. Antetokounmpo, the pass to Bird. Tipped! And he gets it back. Five on the clock. Second chance shot. Rebound by the Bulls.
Good contest. Can't let him have open shots from mid-range.
Antetokounmpo against Jordan. Crafty move. Giannis with the rebound. Anthony against Allen. Here's Pettit. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
First personal foul.
There's no debate there. He got hammered.
Atlanta shooting their first free throws of the night right here.
2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And he sinks the second. And about a minute gone in the first quarter. Here's Pippen. Pass to Jordan. Unable to get that one. Great D that time from Antetokounmpo. Here's Pettit. Anthony outside. With the teardrop. And the shot's good.
Melo good at scanning the entire floor, and that's why that time he found the open teammate.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Pippen, pass to Jordan. Great D that time from Antetokounmpo.
Practically a block. Good, strong challenge.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss. That kind of energy not wasted.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Shoots a fadeaway. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
Carmelo Anthony operating in the mid-range is just danger zone. You got to put your defense at DEFCON 1.
And timeout is called by Tom Thibodeau. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. There's a minute 54 left to play in the first. Pass to Jordan. Over to the left wing. There's a screen. 6 to shoot. Allen outside. Jordan high post. From deep. It's hauled in by Robinson.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Jordan against Antetokounmpo. Pass to Bird from outside the arc. Gets the three to fall.
They're locked in and focused on making each possession a success.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control.
Now here's Jordan. Here's Mourning to halt the run. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And that ends their drought. You could feel the frustration building with each miss.
Yeah, massive relief there. Getting a little bit frustrating for them until that bucket.
Headed, passes to Anthony. Right side, Robinson. Pass to Bird. Anthony with it. Lets it fly. And it's Smits with a rebound. Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Pippen, discarded by Anthony, and the basket by Pippen.
Oh, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
Antetokounmpo against Jordan. On the wing, Anthony. Three-pointer. That shot off the mark. We've reached the end of the first quarter. Atlanta on top. They're up by 4. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. All right, guys, what do you think about the Hawks here in this one?
We all know good ball movement is what most coaches harp on, and their passing's been excellent so far.
Everybody just feeling the energy of the basketball as they moved it around, and lots of hands were touching it.
Michael Jordan.
And it's Mourning in at the power forward position. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Now Antetokounmpo. Yet to see a basket. Pass to Bird. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
The officials were right on top of that one.
Atlanta shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. And the first one at the line is good.
At the line for the Hawks, Larry Bird.
And so he makes both from the line.
A big fella with the ability and confidence at the free throw line is something that every team wants. Don't have to make those late substitutions. Keep your big guys on the floor.
Now Jordan. Over Antetokounmpo. Again, the Bulls score.
Some defenses are designed to yield the mid-range shot. For him, that's a good look.
And here is Antetokounmpo. Pass to Bird. Up top, Robinson. And here is Antetokounmpo. It's blocked. Here's Pippen. Antetokounmpo covering. Pippen, pass to Allen. Out to the wing. From the corner, Antetokounmpo with the block.
And Giannis erasing that shot with his length. Shooters have to beware of where Giannis is.
And we'll have a timeout called by Tom Thibodeau. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments.
Failing to find a rhythm offensively. Something that needs to change and change soon.
Yeah, they're like a 4-day-old soda right now, just flat. They're missing shots left and right and just not playing their best.
And just about a minute and a half has passed here in the second quarter. Sinks it from distance. Pippen's got 5 now.
That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
Pass to Bird. The 3 is up. And no good. Chicago trailing here. Now here's Jordan. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Mourning misses.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Here's Bird. Offline from the top of the key. And it's the Bulls' ball. They've only given up 2 points this quarter. And slam dunk by Jordan.
A great read between those two guys. The defense didn't stand a chance, B.A.
These two teammates right here, Grant, they are connected. Now here's Anthony. Pass to Bird. Anthony with a screen on Allen. Bird. From beyond the arc and then some. Bird's got 5 points now this quarter.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Here's Jordan. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Antetokounmpo outside. Pass to Pettit. Three-pointer, Anthony. And it's Smits with a rebound. Chicago with the ball. Trailing by 2. Here's Pippen. From downtown. The rebound by the Hawks. For 3, Anthony. And it's Smits with a rebound. Smits has got 4 rebounds now. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Pass to Pippen. They set the pick. 5 to shoot. Here's Smits. And so he draws the foul. Headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Rick Smits taking 2 shots.
First one falls for him. It's both from the stripe. Antetokounmpo against Jordan. Antetokounmpo, left side. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. So a tie game here as we finish the first half. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. And here's Antetokounmpo. He'll bring it up for the Hawks. Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder. Giannis Antetokounmpo is out there with Anthony. And it's Pettit in at the small forward position. Here's Pettit. Bird passes to Robinson. Tries again. No good at the rim. Here's Pippen. Mourning passes to Jordan. Gets a very good look and converts. Jordan's got 6 points.
Their guards have carried the offensive load. With the way they perform, they've got the green light to shoot whenever there's an opening.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Still without a bucket. Here's Bird. And he gets that one.
Larry Bird.
Second half rolling along. About a minute played here. Here's Pippen. He's got 5. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
Man, the defender really went after him.
He's getting his first free throw attempts of the night now. And both free throws good for Jordan. Here's Antetokounmpo. And so it's Quinn Snyder here calling timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over.
Give yourself a round of applause.
On defense, the Bulls. 2-point game. Anthony outside. Down low from 7 feet. Pettit, good. Pettit's got his second basket of the game.
Carmelo has superb court awareness, sharing the ball that time well.
Third quarter of play with just over 1.5 minutes gone by. Jordan, the pass to Pippen. Here's Smits. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Pippen. This one for 3. Pure from 3-point range. Give him 8.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You've got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
To the middle. Here's Pettit. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo. And that one goes in. Antetokounmpo's got 3 assists now in this one. Chicago leading. Second half of play here with just under 2.5 minutes passed. Jordan against Antetokounmpo. Jordan with it. Give him 8 points now. Over Antetokounmpo.
Rick Smits, second personal foul.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Here's Bird for the lead. And it's Atlanta scoring again.
Now Giannis preparing for that kind of attention from the defense, and he found a teammate with an open look.
Pippen, pass to Mourning. Allen with it. Beyond the arc. Picked his pocket. Inside. Anthony with a bucket. Anthony's got his second basket of the night.
Bully ball in action as Melo gets himself way deep into the paint where he knows he can score.
Puts it up from the high post. And he comes up with a bucket.
Once he breaks out the crossover, you just know something special is about to happen.
Anthony outside. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. And there it is for him.
Yeah, there was a lack of intensity in the first half, but these teams have now turned it up.
You asked for those hustle plays earlier in the game. We're seeing them now.
Jordan against Antetokounmpo. Jordan misses.
Yeah, it's better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
Carried from outside. I don't know. It turns out the officials are going to review the play. They're trying to see if he released the ball before the buzzer or not.
I have to admit, it's really difficult to decipher exactly what happened.
And we wrap up the third, and it looks like it's going to be an exciting fourth. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter when we return. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dime. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the fourth. And it's Jordan in at the shooting guard position. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Rebound Atlanta. Here's Bird. Can he keep it going? The rebound by Allen. Pass to Pippen. Now here's Jordan. And he banks in the layup.
And just great intensity down the stretch. I mean, he really wants to rock with the game on the line.
I'll take a look at him. Locked in right now in this moment. Wants the ball in his hands and feels real comfortable with the shot he's taking.
Bird passes to Anthony. Kicks it out to Antetokounmpo. 6 on the shot clock. From deep three-point land. And it's Smits with a rebound. Smits has got 6 rebounds in the game. Allen can't get it to go.
No wonder he's been off the mark. He's been hanging in the background, somewhat uninvolved tonight.
Pass to Bird. And here's Anthony. Rebound by the Bulls. Smits has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Jordan, the pass to Pippen. Here's Mourning. Robinson defending. Here's Jordan.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Pass to Mourning. The rebound by the Hawks. Robinson's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Bird passes to Anthony. And the sweet roll that time on the rim. That one falls.
Man, I'll tell you what, the pressure is cranked up. Who better to call than this guy?
Antetokounmpo against Jordan. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. They pinned that one on Giannis Antetokounmpo. And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And he's able to hit the second one. And that gives him a lead.
Good trip to the line. He did not get all of them, but at least they hold the lead now.
Robinson, a screen on Jordan. Antetokounmpo, pass to Anthony. Pass to Bird. From deep. Rebounded by Mourning. Mourning's got 4 rebounds now. Now Jordan. Allen on the wing.
After committing a turnover like that, you're just praying the game doesn't come down to the last possession. You'll remember that one.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, well, Quinn Snyder was just reviewing the play with the team. Coach was urging his team to play strong defense, reminding them no easy hoops, give effort and help when needed. They do say defense wins championships, guys.
And Allie, thank you for that.
Wow, that takes steady nerves right there.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up enough.
There's 47 seconds left in the fourth. Jordan against Antetokounmpo.
And what a shot over the bigger man. That could be a pivotal hoop in this game.
Sometimes, despite the odds, you have to rise to the occasion. Nice mid-range jumper there.
Antetokounmpo surveys to the paint. Here's Robinson. Yeah! Yes!
Well, I'd like to see Giannis thread the needle, a big man that has some point guard skills.
And timeout is called by Tom Thibodeau. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys. Obviously not a lot of time to work with. What do you guys think we're going to see?
It's always interesting to see what play a coach has saved for a situation like this.
Sometimes not just what a coach draws up, but who he has execute in these moments.
And they foul intentionally. Now they're going to have to do that again. They're not in the penalty just yet.
Getting a little desperate at this stage. I mean, the clock's the big factor.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Michael Jordan, third personal foul, second team foul.
Oh, he doesn't hit the first. That was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though.
Taking 2 shots.
That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line. And that'll put him up 2. And so here is Chicago. Here's Pippen. Pass to Jordan. Here's Smits. Shoots over Robinson. Oh, and he can't make the shot to force overtime. And so it's Atlanta who scraped.
It's time for the NBA, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, joined at the broadcast table by Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And as always, we'll hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. We've got the Atlanta Hawks and the Orlando Magic. Looking at the starting five for the Atlanta Hawks. Antetokounmpo is out there with Anthony. Then it's Robinson, and it's Bird, and it's Pettit in at the 3 slot. With the floater, Anthony's shot is off. Cooper against Anthony. Paul passes to O'Neal, and play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
Outside Anthony. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And this close into the cup, Anthony makes it look easy. Nice soft touch on that one.
Malone outside. Pass to Cooper. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Yeah, good job to take it right at them.
Orlando shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And, you know, Michael Cooper reportedly doesn't cut his fingernails. Opposing players have actually complained about leaving games with huge scratches down their arm.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. Outside Anthony. Here's Paul. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Bird against Butler. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Shots good by Anthony.
And the shooting form of Anthony, just perfect. He's dangerous with the catch and shoot and just terrific at scoring when in rhythm.
Now here's Paul. Malone outside. Pass to Butler. Antetokounmpo against Paul. O'Neal sets the screen for Paul. Just 5 on the clock. Kept alive. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And so hard to cover Shaq effectively inside. He just powers through you.
Here's Pettit. He's covered by Malone. Pettit, the pass to Carmelo. Misses the 3. 1:49 left in the first quarter. Here's Cooper. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Anthony against Malone. Now, here is Robinson. D right on him. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Paul. .129 left here in the first quarter. Paul with the steal. Out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession.
Love to see Giannis get aggressive on defense, using that reach to track down the block.
And it'll be Orlando with their first time out of the game right here. 1:21 left to play in the first. Malone finds Butler. Cooper against Anthony. Inside, Butler. Shoots from 12. Once again off the mark, Orlando. The Hawks leading. Anthony looking it over. They get a hand on it, and stolen by Butler. Out to the right wing. That's a 2 from Paul. Another miss by Orlando.
and not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Now here's Anthony. Back to Antetokounmpo. Shot clock at 6. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. It's blocked by Shaq.
And the aggressiveness on display here from O'Neal. Terrific at turning shots away with that size and length.
Anthony's gone 2 for 5, shooting 40% from the field here. Giannis against Paul. Lobbed up there for O'Neal. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Hawks.
And the misconnection there. Fans guarding their beverages. That's a pass he'd like back for sure.
5 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. From deep three-point territory. Doesn't go for it. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Hawks lead by 1. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And for the Hawks guys, what stands out to you stats-wise?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, but it's hard to keep that kind of intensity for the entire game. But if they can come close to that, they'll be in a great spot.
We've got Paul. Jimmy Butler is out there with Malone. Then it's O'Neal. And it's Cooper in at the 2-guard spot. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Magic. They now take the lead. O'Neal's got the lead up to 1 now for Orlando.
It's just hard guarding O'Neal in general, but when he's working in the pick and roll, it's almost impossible.
Outside Anthony. Here's Pettit. Rebound, Malone. And it's Butler with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Orlando Magic. Pass to Cooper. Back to Paul. Three-pointer. And he's good on the 3-ball. Paul's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. The Hawks trail by 4. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Anthony kicks to Bird. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Robinson. It's blocked by Shaq. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Now here's Paul. To the middle. Shoots. Rebound Atlanta.
I like where he took that shot. The D was just too strong.
Here's Antetokounmpo. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on Shaq.
And with that skill set at 6'11", Giannis might be the toughest guard in the league.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Orlando leading by 3. Here's Butler. Rebounded by Anthony.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
And it's Pettit missing.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Butler feeling it out a bit. Oh, no, stopping by that time.
Not many guys with Butler's build have his skill set inside.
And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. .133 left in the first half of basketball. Bird finds Antetokounmpo. Outside Anthony. Bird outside. Ball's knocked loose. Butler with the steal. It's all about Antetokounmpo. And here they come. And here we go. Count it. And the Orlando lead has been cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Bird.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
Shaq, kicks to Malone. Back to Shaq, 5 to shoot. The Magic need to get a shot off here. Paul can't get it to go. The Hawks trail by 3. Bird, the pass to Giannis. Here's Pettit, guarded by Malone. Hawks passing it around. Bird against Butler. Shot from the wing. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. And now just a 1-point Orlando lead. Ball against Antetokounmpo. Paul outside. Pass to Shaq. Good, and Paul gets the assist. O'Neal's got 6.
Well, anytime you can get a good look close in like that, it's always your best option.
And a close game so far for the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Magic out in front, up 3. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
And please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Shaq is really having a good game here.
As impressive as the block totals are from him early on, they don't even tell the whole story. He's changed countless others.
Yeah, now that he's established that defensive presence, guys think twice before challenging him.
Checking out the group for Quinn Snyder to start the second half. We've got Anthony. Robinson is out there with Bird. And then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's Pettit in at the small forward.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
And so it's Paul bringing it up for the Orlando Magic. They lead by 1. Pass to Cooper. Paul outside. Nails the wide-open jump shot. Paul's got his second bucket.
You gotta love how decisive Paul is. Phenomenal at making those fast, effective decisions.
Antetokounmpo against Paul. Antetokounmpo inside. Can't hit that one. Magic leading by 3. Outside, Malone. Pass to Cooper. Kicks it out to Malone. Cooper, the pass to Malone. Butler on the way. The 3. Rebounded by the Hawks. Stolen by O'Neal. Robinson with the block.
And clearing the deck, the Admiral. His length and reaction time, so impressive.
And here's Anthony for 3. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis. Antetokounmpo's got 3 assists in the game. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Now a timeout called by Orlando.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, they just have to be more patient. Less forcing and more passing.
For the 407.
Antetokounmpo against Paul. Butler kicks to Malone. Paul with the 3. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
The Magic again can't hit. Bird dishes to Giannis. Pass to Anthony. Bird outside. Robinson up top. Back to Bird. Down low. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Anthony with the jam.
And it doesn't get any easier for Carmelo. Love seeing him go up strong inside.
Paul looking over the floor. Over Giannis. There's 57 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Outside Anthony. Lets the three fly. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
And Anthony is certainly capable of sinking the triple. The D has to respect that quick release and get out on it.
Pass to Malone.
Hawks foul. Bob Pettit. Second personal foul. First team foul.
40 seconds left in the third quarter. Outside, Malone. Clock at 6. Butler kicks to Paul. Back to Butler. Over Bird.
And not blessed with the greatest defensive tools. Bird uses terrific court sense to see the play before it develops.
Hit it. Good. And it's Giannis picking up the assist. Giannis has got his 5th assist in this one. The Magic trail by 8. Paul outside. To the inside. Here's O'Neal. No good. And they can't put an end to this drought. Carmelo Anthony getting it done for Atlanta. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. O'Neal is out there with Moses Malone. Then it's Chris Paul. Then it's Butler. And it's Cooper in at the 2 spot. That's who's out there for Orlando. Pass to Paul. Outside, Malone. Here's Cooper. The top of the key jumper is on the mark. The Hawks leading by 6. And here's Giannis. Outside Anthony. Outside Robinson. Now Antetokounmpo. 6 to shoot. The 3 ball. Orlando grabs the miss. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Paul passes to O'Neal. Malone outside. O'Neal sets the screen for Malone. Back to Shaq. Rebounded by Anthony. Anthony's got 4 rebounds in this game. Giannis with it. Chris Paul covering. Antetokounmpo, no good.
Well, that's a shot the defense felt like they could live with, and it worked out for them that time.
Lobbed up there for O'Neal. It's out of bounds. Last touch by O'Neal. And here's Giannis. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. They have yet to put up any points here in the fourth. Anthony with the screen on Paul. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. At the elbow, it's Robinson. To the middle, Malone with the steal.
Well, that's why it's so important to seal off those passing lanes inside. Make them earn points in the paint.
And let's get your 10 guys on the scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. Really great when you see it in action.
And they've also been steady from the three-point line and doing a good job creating room for their shooters and then converting.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Quinn Snyder said to his team. While the team is up, Coach doesn't want his team to let up. He told the team to finish this game. Do not think this will be easy. We've seen comebacks before. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. to the paint. Here's Shaq, and he makes good on the layup.
It's a tall challenge trying to contain Shaq, especially when he's operating close to the basket.
Giannis dishes to Robinson. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis. And the Hawks lead by 6.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
Out of bounds, magic ball as Orlando keeps possession. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Back to Shaq. Stolen by Robinson. Fast break here. Here come the Hawks. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Nice pass inside. Making things easy for him.
Free throw, no good for Bird.
Few players have the overall game of Larry Bird. Obviously, we know he can shoot the lights out, but he's also an elite level passer. And when things are tight, Butler just seems to step his game up. Tremendous score here in the clutch.
Knocks it loose and taken away by Paul.
Every second counts now. They can't wait around.
And they have to play fast, but also smart. Every possession counts.
In the flick of a switch, going from defense to offense.
And the speed of that transition score. From defense to offense, able to take advantage before they can get set.
He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
And no mistakes there. Good free throws to give them just a little bit more cushion.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. Turning here to our analysts. What factors, guys, come to your mind?
An uphill climb. They need everything to break their way.
Well, I'm sure they'll run a play they believe in. If it works, I say try for the steal, and if you don't get it, immediate foul.
Paul against Giannis. Paul kicks to Malone. Shot clock at 6. Three-pointer, Butler. Giannis grabs the miss. So they foul intentionally.
Second personal foul. 4th team foul.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Giannis Antetokounmpo taking 2 shots.
So he gets them both, and it's an 8-point game. Now a timeout called by Orlando. They're behind by 8. What's your take, guys?
Licking their wounds. It hasn't come together for them tonight.
But they're not going down without a fight. They'll keep game planning and playing until the final whistle.
So it's Atlanta with the W. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift.
Bye.